everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Robert with Sherburne Outdoors, and today we're talking about the Bluetti Charger 1. And what is this little box? Well, first thing, before we start talking about this, let's talk about real quick power stations. So if you've been watching the channel for a long time, I've had a big evolution of power stations. I started off with like this little tiny 500 watt hour power station that I bought, really just to charge my phone when I first went out. And that kind of evolved into the Bluetti AC 180, which got me 1180 watt hours of power because I really wanted a coffee maker. and I just couldn't do it. And then we introduced drone batteries and of electric fridge and then Starlink. And I just started blowing out my batteries really quick where everything would be charged down after one night. And if you know anything about cars, you know, you can only really charge these batteries at about 100 watts. So it would take 11 or 12 hours of driving around in my car to charge up the Bluetti AC 180. So I did upgrade here to the Elite 200 V2, which gives me almost 2100 watt hours. But then I've integrated some other stuff. I like to go camping in the summer. I like an AC unit because it's about 100 degrees here in the Atlanta area. So I just continued to use more and more power. And I changed my setup. You remember last year when I went out and got all the roof nest stuff upgraded, added in the deck system. Well, with all that, I was going to put a solar panel on top of the rooftop tent so that I could get some extra power. But if we look at today, you know, it's kind of rainy, it's cloudy. Solar doesn't always work, and it doesn't give you that much ability. And then something changed. Bluetti came out with the Charger 1, and then there's some other vendors that have some other ones out there. Now, hey, real quick, I paid for this. Bluetti did not give me anything. They're not a sponsor of the channel, although Bluetti, if you would like to talk to me, I'm open for business. But I paid about 300 bucks for this off of their website. I looked this morning, it's $823.2025. You can get this for $248 off of Amazon. But what is this? This allows you to hook this up to your car battery while it's running, kind of install it in there. And if there's excess power available off the alternator going to the battery, it will bring it directly into your power station. Very common in what you'd see in a dual battery system from Red Arc, where you've got all of these electrical components, all these batteries, all of these wires, and taking everything. I didn't want to do that. I just wanted a single system. So this allows me to do that. And the main thing is I can charge up to 560 watts with this. So we're moving from 50 to 100 watts that you would do on your cigarette lighter to 560, which means I can charge this thing in about 4 hours while I'm out exploring, driving around, and it's reloaded. And I don't have to worry about any power concerns. Because again, over time with the coffee makers, with the battery backs, drone batteries, Starlink in the winter actually takes a lot of power as it tries to warm itself up. I've moved to an electric cooktop as well. So a lot going on, but it is so small. It's got 2 wires in coming in from your car battery and then 2 wires out, and it really makes it look like your battery station here is kind of running on solar. We'll hook this up in a second. I'll show you how it works. I went ahead and kind of installed it already, but it really comes with 3 things. This, your charging cable. It comes with a pretty lengthy cable to go from your battery to this, and then it also comes with a breaker. And that's really it. It's actually very simple. So they've taken a very complicated task and made it very, very simple. And so this will be a pretty short video, but what I'm gonna do is gonna hook this up, put it in here, and we'll let it go. Now it does also have some intelligence built into it. Not only does it have a fan and it's pretty light, it's under 2 pounds, but it has what's called an intelligent algorithm. It knows if your car battery's on or off, and if it's not on and producing extra power, it's just going to turn itself off, and then it's adaptive. If the voltage is dropping from your car battery and it is dropping off, this thing will actually adapt itself to there. So with all that said, it also takes into account the Bluetti app. So it does have an app. You can monitor this, but really the app's more for configuring this. You're telling it what is it connected to. It will connect to all of the Bluetti power stations. I've got 2, the AC 180 and this new Elite 200, but it'll connect to about 95% out there because you can control the output of what this is. So let's quickly hook this up, and let me walk you around the Gladiator and show you how I've got this installed. We'll wire it into this, and we'll fire up the truck, and we'll see what comes into this. Again, it's very simple. You got your unit, you got your output cable, you've got your input cable. Pretty beefy stuff here. 6-gauge wire, It did come with a breaker built in. Some people complain that the breaker's not at the battery, but that's okay. And then I have actually ran it all through the trim here, and you see it comes out right back here. But if we go up to the battery, we've got our Jeep Gladiator battery, and you can kind of see right there. I've actually routed it through the firewall, and so then it comes right along here on the inside of the Gladiator, and then pops right back out here. Now, I've ordered a Goose seat delete. It just hasn't gotten here yet. And so all of this is coming out in the back, and then this will be mounted underneath of the Goose seat delete, and the battery will be mounted up here, the power station, so it doesn't move. So with that said, let's go ahead and wire this into that, and then get the power station on here and get it set up. So simple, we just take these two leads, put it in this side, and screw it down. We've got this hooked up. We've got our Charger 1 hooked into our solar input, which is coming into here. And if you look here, we're pulling 535, 528, but we're pulling way north of 525 watts of power coming off the excess alternator use from the battery. That is crazy. And you know, we can look at our Bluetti app, and you know, it obviously is telling us the same thing too. So if we're up in our rooftop tent or we're driving down the road, we can just quickly take a look inside of here and see where we're at. So this is charging. It'll charge up, it's a 75%. Battery be topped off in less than 1 hour. This just changes everything. So when I get the Goose system built in here and get all this kind of installed, you might say, and actually wired in correctly, this is going to be amazing. This is a game changing, and it makes me wonder what I ever needed solar for at this point in time. And with having this simple setup, I would never put a dual battery system in anymore. Why? I have all of the stuff already built in a simple package. Bluetti, thank you. Again, Bluetti didn't sponsor this, but pretty sweet stuff. Wow, that was absolutely amazing. I thought that was going to be a little bit more complex to get it up and set it up and running, but I'm getting 525 to 535 watts coming off the excess use from my battery's alternator. And that is amazing. That's going to help me with my AC batteries, my drone batteries, keeping everything topped off. I got a huge trip coming up to Moab where I'm going to be gone for a week. Power has been really on my mind. Do I need to take a whole bunch of batteries, or can I find an alternate solution? In this case, this Charger 1 is just going to save all the problems. I'm going to be driving around probably at least 6 hours a day. I will always have enough power to do whatever it is that I want to do, keeping everything charged up, drones, having Starlink out in the middle of nowhere. It also is going to allow me to have Starlink running when I'm actually running out and about, not having disconnects. So that's a whole nother thing I'm wiring into everything. Where I had the solar plan for the top of the tent, I'm actually just going to mount the Starlink mini dish at this point in time. So a lot of things. Again, hey, I got some links below. You can buy this on Amazon. Try there first. It looks like it's a lot cheaper than it is on the Bluetti site. It's about 250 bucks right now. On it's August 23rd, 2025. And I would say this is amazing. I believe EcoFlow has one as well. It's a little bit bigger, and it may actually produce a little bit more. And a lot of DJI's coming out with them. A lot of companies are coming out with this. But this is the Bluetti. I like the Bluetti products. I've been using them for years. Again, I buy all this myself, but they're really high quality, and they have never let me down. So again, hey, thank you so much. Hey, if you got any value out of this, please click that like button. Don't forget to hit subscribe and click that bell to be notified when we got content out. Again, I am Robert with Sherman Outdoors. Thank you so much for your time. Everybody have a great day.